Masquera say Mure Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zim Confessions and Deep Secrets. And I gotta give Tanka Kukuya Panino channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to subscribe, but don't forget to comment and share this video. Nas Mure Zimbabwe takuigirai nyaya irikupisa, nyaya irikunetsa ma streets, nyaya yabuditswa the Citizens Coalition for Change. Hapo interim Secretary General Vasengezo Shabangu wakabuda vachiti. No one was fired from the party, but vakasika the legal opinion yakava advisor kuti munhu wese akaelectwa through the 2019 party congress yaka-expire. Vashabangu vakataura na spokesperson wavo vakalifani Pungeni vakataura ivo vachiti masisi lawyers aka-advisa the party kuti inofanira kuita a-congress. Vachiti Vashabangu will brief the media very soon vachiexplain the next process. Vapungeni vakabuda vachitaura nestudio 7 vachiti Vashabangu vakasangana vaNcube last week kuti vadiscuss nyaya iyi. Last Friday vakasangana, last month vakasanganawo zvakare muri Zimbabwe. Asi zvisinei the spokesperson almost Ncube akabuda vachitaura ivo vachiti hapana chavari kuziva about nyaya iyi, since hapana meeting yakaitwa zvakakonzeresa kuti paite kunge pane contradiction between vaNcube navashabangu muri Zimbabwe. Toti mungonzwa zvakataurwa nemaspokesperson vanhu vaviri avo mwamadza zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mucomment section. Pari zvino toda kusiyai muchinzwa in interview yakaitwa the spokesperson wavashabangu spokesperson waNcube the studio 7 mwamadza zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mucomment section.
It is misleading to suggest that anyone has been fired. Here we're dealing with the issue of the legal opinion, which expressly deals with interpretation of the party constitution. And in that interpretation, it says some office bearers, their term of office has expired by operation of the law, which is our party constitution. And there is need, as you would know how the SG started this project, there is need for the party to operate within the confines of the law and the constitution. And the SG is clear, anyone with a different opinion or interpretation is welcome to place it on record, and it shall be interrogated. When you're saying the CCC, says this, it's as if it dislocates SG and just places him there, as if it's him against the CCC. He is representing CCC. If you are in any doubt, you need to go and check all the court records that have happened thus far. If there's anyone who can speak on behalf of the CCC with authority, it is the interim SG.
Have you alerted your colleagues that no one has been fired and that there is need for a party congress, including matters concerning the party funding?
The prof is aware when that legal opinion came, they had meetings with the interim SG. And I don't know why this narrative is being packed around that says he has no authority to do that, as if he has done anything. This is a legal opinion, and that opinion is clear that you can take it, you can disregard it. But as we have said, anyone with a different opinion, they are free to advance it. But up to now, nothing has been brought. And I don't understand why the narrative is that the SG is doing this, the SG is... No, it's just simple. Here is a legal opinion by the lawyers of the party, by the way. The same lawyers who have served us so well, who have won us over 60 cases in our courts. So I don't understand all this noise, wanting to take a legal opinion from well-reputable legal representatives and try and then put it on the shoulders of the SG. It's mischievous, to say the least. And now I understand when I look at the narrative, why they had to leak it. I really understand. It was to paint the SG in the most negative light, which is extremely unfortunate. The issue of money, I don't even want to dignify it with a comment. The SG will not even be drawn into that. We don't want to be painted as people who are after money, who are always thinking about money. No, when this project started, it was about taking the party back to constitutionalism and democracy and all the values and the character and nature of the struggle. So that is what the SG is preoccupied with. Legal opinion has come. It has been interrogated. The SG is still taking advice on it, and in due course he will announce the way forward. Anyone with a different opinion, they are free to bring a different legal opinion, and it will be interrogated, as we have already said. Thank you.
We reached out to CCC party spokesman of the Ncube formation, Mr. Matimure, who says Mr. Ncube never met with Mr. Chabango on this legal opinion issue, and he only became aware of it last Sunday.
I don't want to be involved in back and forth and public space. All I can tell you on record is that the legal opinion came on the 12th of August, and the interim SG did have a meeting with the Prof. And I can tell you that their last meeting was about 3 days ago or so. They had a meeting. So they've been having meetings. Maybe Mr. Matsamure doesn't know, which I understand. It's okay. Leave it at that. What was important was to confirm that indeed there is a legal opinion, number one. Number two was to clarify the issue of the interim SG having say to have fired anyone. No, he hasn't fired anyone. It's a legal opinion that came, which judging by the response, were inclined to accept it and be guided by it, because it will seem as if there is no alternative view except insults and disparaging remarks and personal attacks. And I will not stoop to that level. In our meeting this afternoon with the SG, we're very clear that we are not going to be drawn to that. We will just stick to the facts, and we'll leave it at that. Let the other side do what they want to do. But the truth of the matter is that we have one of the best legal minds and representatives. They have served us well thus far as a party, and we are very much inclined to respect and accept their opinion.
We were responding to the fact that there is an assumption that the term of those who were elected in May 2019, that term has expired, and that the acting secretary general is the sole leader of the party. Responding to that, it's because it was in the newspaper where the legal opinion was purportedly authored by and partners at the behest of Senator Chabango. So the leadership of the party has also perused this opinion, and it is of the opinion that this cannot be far from a circus, actually, because such a reputable company cannot give that opinion, because for anyone to assume that an organization as big as the Triple C, with its more than 2 million who voted for the president, and with the more than a third of members of parliament and controlling almost every urban setup in Zimbabwe, can just vanish or go under the leadership of one person. But also, that same person, if the person is the next secretary general of the Triple C, appointed by the Triple C executive or national council or standing committee, then cannot survive that same rule that became prescribed. But even though we have got our own mechanisms within the party, within the constitution, that will allow the party to continue, this party is an organization which is built under very strong foundations.
So what is the way forward? Are you aware of the Congress that is supposed to be held?
As a party, we are aware that we must go for a Congress. It's a fact, according to the Constitution, that we must go for a Congress. But meanwhile, you have got the president in place, you have the national standing committee in place, you have got the national executive in place, you also have got the national council in place. And that leadership is firmly in control of the party. And that leadership understands why we are where we are today. Because as we are aware, we had the recalls that destabilized the party. We also had the president who resigned from the party. All those things made it completely difficult to concentrate on the issue of the Congress and also to keep in touch with the entire party, because when you go for a Congress, you start by restructuring your world before you go to district, to provinces. until you go to the national, which is the National Congress. So we are not under any illusion that there mustn't be a Congress. No, that is the fact. We must go for a Congress, and we must prepare for it. And there are several factors other that we also have to consider. We even have to consider for the budget. You have the budget of holding a Congress of a party as big as the Triple C, which is not a single cent in our coffers. It makes it a bit difficult. It's a challenge. But it's a challenge that if we had no such disturbance as that we could have already held the Congress. So we are aware that we must go for the Congress.
What is your comment on the party funding distributed under the Political Parties Finances Act?
The money that comes from that fund, the Political Finances Act, must be used to run a political party, to enhance democracy. It's not a money that goes to any individual. If that happens, then it is corruption. It is also stealing the public funds. The people are aware that political parties are given that fund on the basis of how many members of parliament they will have got. So that money cannot be said it's going to be given to Chabangu because they are giving it to an individual. It goes to a political party. And I am also aware that Mr. Chabangu acknowledged the fact that he is under Triple C. And the Triple C right now is headed by Professor Welshman, who was a vice president elected at Congress. We also have got Madam Kore, who is also vice president, who was also elected at Congress. We also have got Charlton Wende, who was also elected at Congress. We have got Yetimo Chidira, who is the organizer, who was elected at Congress. So the leadership is there. So when we talk about the money, let's not talk about the individuals because the money must go to the party. Whatever the arrangement is going to be, it must be an arrangement where the people of Zimbabwe receive the funds to enhance democracy.